Shoo-Fly is a hand-sewn quilt that honors the quiet power of utility and memory found in traditional quilt making. It reflects patience and care, a slow and deliberate process. Hand stitching leaves a visible record of time, breath, and touch. The subtle variations in stitch length and tension affirm the presence of the maker and reinforce the quilt's humanity. This labor-intensive method connects the work to generations of women and community makers who quilted without machines, often under conditions where time, resources, and recognition were limited. In the midst of quilting, there was an opportunity to imagine what it could have been like lifetimes ago as women worked with cloth in sartorial labor for the purpose of caring for their families. Composed of repurposed fabrics, the front of this quilt reveals a rhythmic conversation of color, pattern, and worn cloth, each block carrying traces of previous lives. The Shoo-Fly pattern, historically linked to protection and movement, anchors the work with the quiet intelligence of everyday making. The back of the quilt is intentionally understated, finished in a single earthy brown cotton. This solid surface offers visual rest and physical comfort, serving as a counterbalance to the complexity of the front. The meaning of Shoo-Fly as an Underground Railroad quilt code comes from oral tradition and is widely discussed but historically unproven. As a quilt code symbol, Shoo-Fly is understood to mean movement, vigilance, and refusal to settle in unsafe spaces. The phrase Shoo-Fly itself means to chase something away. In this interpretation, the quilt signaled that it was not safe to remain in one place and that freedom seekers should continue traveling, possibly under the cover of night. Because of its widespread use, this pattern could plausibly blend into everyday domestic life without raising suspicion. Scholars agree it should be understood as folklore and cultural memory, not documented fact. That said, oral tradition itself is culturally significant, especially in African American history, where knowledge was often passed verbally due to enforced illiteracy and danger. Much of the quilt code narrative emerged in the late 20th century through oral histories and popular books. Whether literal or symbolic, the meaning endures as a powerful metaphor for survival, resistance, and the ongoing journey toward freedom. This quilt was purposely photographed hanging over a front porch railing, as was done to signal and display hidden messages.